it's fascinating because these sort of things happen to us all the time, and the world is changing at such a rate of knots today. Can you think of, can you productize a model of for someone that is in that situation where they've gone out on their own, they're doing something different, they're on their career trajectory? Like, are there 2 to 3 items that you can say, like, this is how you need to think about really getting ahead or getting out of a rut and building something for yourself?
Become a credible source to the customer. That's the key. It's all about trust, right?
Yeah.
And even today, I'm building trust with our clients. I mean, I've been, somewhat recently joined the team of Defense X, which is lots of very exciting. And, I'm a very loyal person, and I believe I'm very trustworthy. My job is not to convince people of that, is to prove it to them. If I keep coming back, keep saying what I'm going to do, I'll call you in a week. For a rep that's really struggling, because all reps struggle at some point, right? Yeah. The advice there is rethink how you're approaching your customer and give them some reason to want to talk to you, because differentiation now, it's difficult. But at that time, even, what we had later on in that business, it was commoditization, which I knew was going to come. And what came on the scene was Huawei, ZTE, some of the big brands from mainland China. They were really making a charge. They were making giant investments. They were literally buying the market. And what kept us in play was the trust we built with our customers. It certainly wasn't the price. But it took us a while to get to that. Yeah. We also found, very much like the market I'm in today, the word of mouth among all the mid-tier operators was a big deal. When this guy over in Oklahoma, we're talking mid-tier telcos and this kind of thing. This is kind of old school stuff, but when that guy tells his friend in Illinois, that tells his friend in Michigan, these guys are actually the real deal. It's a good product. They did the right thing by us. They stuck by us. We had a support issue we couldn't configure, and you do all these things. It gets around.
Yeah. And I mean, Defense X are now operating, they've got a scalable solution which fits the enterprise, but you're here with PAX 8 and going to the MSP channel here. And that's where I spent my career in software vendor land, building sales teams. And that's exactly what I've done over the years is identify, if you can deliver value and build that trust, particularly the MSP community, they will go off and tell all of their friends that this is a trusted vendor that you should be working with. So
that's our biggest challenge in recruiting people, is making sure people understand there's responsibility that comes with this.
Yeah.
The accountability is not just for the number, but it's also to make sure the community is right.
And what are the traits that you look for in a salesperson or sales leader?
Well, empathy is the biggest one.
Empathy.
Yeah. I think that's because it doesn't matter what customer is. If there's a problem, you have to be empathetic around it. And it's really hard to find that person. But what I'm finding now in people nowadays, everybody's big on authenticity. And I think that can translate to empathy. I think that's right. But empathy is a big one, because if they have some humility, they understand customers' needs and it's genuine, people buy into that. And it's not a made up thing. Gone are the days of the swashbuckling, Lone Star salesperson, rock star, party all night, sell all day. Like, I think those people are starting to change. And I've certainly been part of that, especially, big companies. When you're a sales guy at a big company, you sort of do that kind of thing a lot, right? And the world's changing in that it's more now about a team and somebody actually understanding with a customer, hey, here, I actually care about your problems. And they actually buy into that. If somebody's invested in their business, especially nowadays in the modern MSP model, because nowadays, this is not a one and done business. The old school software sales were buy some licenses, see you next year. We'll stay in touch. This is an ongoing ecosystem. We're all in this together. Our MSPs really were codependent. We're solving a giant problem for them, which is modern attacks. The way Defense X works fundamentally is we're dealing with the most modern problems, which is identity theft, which is data loss prevention. And DNS security is kind of an old idea, but we wrap that and bundle that and wrap it all into one package. What's important to us is that our MSPs can use it easily. We understand how they want to deploy. And I think the reason we've grown so fast is because of our service. And that's the feedback we get. Almost to a point where we're maniacal about making sure we call people back. Our support guys will be on the sales guys, myself included, if we're not calling somebody within the hour if there's a problem. And we're learning as a company is how important that is to the customer. It's more than ever now.